Good evening, good people. So I thought I'd just do a quick live video before the kickoff for the next semi-final game, because I know a lot of you will probably be off to watch that or already at a venue watching that. I recently pulled the trigger on two courses that have really kind of just changed my perception on the way I approach my life, and I wanted to share that with you because I thought you guys could get a lot of value from it. The first course I posted recently was by a guy called Jesse Itzler. He, if for those of you who didn't see, I recently posted an interview he did with Tom Bilyeu of Impact Theory, and a hugely inspiring dude who's just got a great outlook on life. And I'm going to be sharing 7 tips that he talked through on a call that we had recently with him. The second course that I started is one by Brian Rose of the London Reel. And of those who don't know who he is, he interviews high performance people around kind of their tips, tools, and techniques that they use to just really augment their life in any which way, shape, or form. So the first thing that Jesse talks about is building a life resume, and I really like this. He says that, often we chase after success or money, or some people, some other things, nice car, nice house, etc. And he talks about building a life resume, and he talks about doing it now. And he kind of like gave us 7 things which he believes are kind of like key parts of building that life resume. How's it, guys? Peter, nice to see you guys. And I want to take you guys through them because I thought they're really inspiring, and hopefully they'll add a lot of value to you dudes. So the first thing he talks about is reverse engineering. And what he means is that think of your life as a movie, and then work backwards. So as John always nails me for, take a date, put it in the sand, even if it's in 6 months, a year, 18 months time, set that date, really refine what your movie looks like, and then fill in the detail as you go along. And I'm sure, as you know, like the journey will always change, and you'll always take different routes or go different ways. And the important thing is that that date and that goal never really disappears. The second thing he talks about is a Japanese philosophy called misoji. And what they kind of profess is around that they believe every year you need to put something big in your calendar. It could be a great trip. It could be a challenge that you're wanting to do, such as running a marathon. It could be a get-together with 12 of your friends that you hardly ever see, that you guys keep chatting about, and you're like, oh shit, we'll see each other next year, or we'll get together next year. And what they believe is that if you put that in your calendar every year, no matter how difficult it may be, you've got something great to work towards. And the benefit of that, every single day, you can see that either on your board. Some guys, he often talks around putting that as your desktop screensaver, whatever it is that needs to keep you motivated to just power on and achieve that thing that year. One of his mates, Kevin, actually has got what he calls Kevin's rule, and this is really cool. He says every 8 weeks, put something in your calendar that is set just for you. It could be hanging out with all your guy mates or girlfriends for a weekend away. It could be going to go see that concert that you promised yourself. It could be buying tickets to, go to a weekend away, or take a flight up to visit your family, or whatever it may be. But every 8 weeks, put something in your calendar that really is just for you, something that you absolutely love, and nothing will push that out of your calendar. Second thing, and there are a lot of tools for this, I can post some below, is make a personal pie chart. And what he means by this is, what does your perfect day look like? Now, another person we've taken a lot of inspiration from, and I'm kind of going through as well, is a guy called Joe Dispenza. And he talks a lot about, do you wake up in the morning and go and really believe that you can create your day? Like, do you sit there in the morning and go, today I'm going to create my perfect day? And I'll guarantee that 95% of you and 95% of us generally don't do that. And it's super tough. And I think it's just because by nature we haven't developed that routine and ritual to do that. And every day, something I kind of took from John, which has been great. And thanks, John, if you're watching, for giving me that idea, is that you write your intentions down, exactly what you want to happen over your course of the next day, the weeks, months, years to come. Jerry, I will not take my shirt off, but thank you for the offer. And what you do with your pie chart is that you do this, essentially we all have the same 24-hour days. And what he recommends is that in every day you should take 3 hours to yourself. Now, a lot of you may be thinking, 3 hours, that's flipping ridiculous. No, but you can break it up into 20 minutes, you can break it up into 60 minutes, you can break it up into an hour and 30 times 2, whatever makes you happy. So long as you take 3 hours cumulative that day to really do things that are really, really important to you and are for you alone. Then he asked about the $10 million test, and I recently just did this now, and it's it's really cool to be able to I think write this down, because I think we all have the idea in our heads, but we never actually write it down. Well, I know I didn't, and I wanted to share this with you, is that if you had $10 million right now, if I debited into your account and went ka-ching and you heard it, what would you do? And this is something I wanted to share with a lot of the guys. Like, so many times I chat to friends and they like jobs that they hate, or they're doing things that doesn't inspire them, and they can't wait for Fridays, or when Sunday comes they get Sunday blues, and then Monday arrives and they're like, shit. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, we are living in probably one of the greatest times of our life with the internet. Why are you doing something that doesn't inspire you in absolutely everything? It's absolute madness. Like, there is no other life. Please, for the love of God, go do that thing that you want to do. Justin, yeah, you could retire. Cool. What would you do when you're retired? I know you, for one, wouldn't just chill and do nothing. You definitely cannot chill and do nothing. So if you had $10 million, what would it do? And write that down. And I think it'll give you a really good sense of what you're playing for. And then the last thing is obviously goals. And our goals and me have had a strange relationship. But what he does do is he shares kind of 7 great tips on how to kind of create goals that you actually can achieve. And I thought I'd share this with you because they've slowly started to kind of make a slow impact on me. The first one is set goals that motivate you. This goal has to be super important to you. If it's not important to you, you're never going to do it. If it's somebody else's, if it's your parents, if it's your fiancés, your girlfriends, your brothers, if it's goals that have been forced onto you and you feel like you're doing them to justify or to validate someone's needs, they're never going to work, and you're eventually going to fizzle out. Write them down. You got to see them. As you see on my board, I've got a whole bunch of goals that I've kind of jotted on post-it notes and amongst old photos of Carla when she was a child. And they're great. And seeing them really does help. I think in technology, we have all of our information on phones and in laptops, that if you don't see them every day, your day passes you by, and you never actually get to get to them. So if you have a goal, write it down. Have a plan. Have an action plan. As I said, start with the end in mind and work backwards. And bite-sized chunks. I think I get super overwhelmed, and I'm sure a lot of you do, about having a goal, especially when they're really big and audacious. The one thing I found in Cape Town is I think generally people think too small, and I know I've been not conditioned, but over living here in 15 years, I think your mindset gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And I'm so glad to be kind of like disappearing soon for a little while. Just expand your mind. I think travel is really important to get out of your routine, get out of your circle, get out of your space, your environment. Just get out and have big goals and then plan around them and just execute small little bite-sized chunks. You'll be surprised as how many people will be willing to help you achieve your goals, because essentially we're all interconnected, and we're all trying to do our own thing, and we're all trying to get to that next thing, and we all are connected. And so by helping each other, we'll all achieve our own goals together. Accountability partners, this is huge. And the big thing I'm loving about both of these courses is that you have, in one group I have 150 people, in another group I have 50 people, and constantly, daily, they're pushing you to, we've got an Excel spreadsheet that's like 30 cells wide and going, have you done this? Yes or no? And they check on your work, and they check and you've done these deliverables, and they check, and they're so important. And now, if you're an entrepreneur like myself, you'll know that accountability is one of the biggest things that often people battle with, or just getting things done. So having accountability partners, whether it's a mentor, whether it's friends, who you literally dedicate and you kind of give to, and you say, listen guys, every week I want you to hammer me, and here are the things that I need to be achieving, and share them, put them on Facebook, put them on social, whatever's going to make you do them to keep you accountable, do it. I really, really can't recommend that enough. As he says, pressure is a privilege. Tied into this is tell someone. So, if you want to let others know, I know a lot of people put them on social, which is also great because you document your life. Tell someone about these goals. Have a specific date and to your goal, and do not leave it open, whatever that come high. Even if you don't hit that goal and you fail, at least you've said it, you tried your best, and if you didn't achieve it, you'll to learn from your lessons, pick up and try again. And then above all, number 7, and I love things, and I think 7 is an incredibly powerful thing, hence Studio 7, is follow through. So basically, do all the 6 steps above. So I'll put all the details of these below, so you can kind of, because I know there was quite a lot, and I went through quite a few things. But yeah, man, I highly recommend. There's so many great online courses. There are so many great teachers out there. There are some incredibly inspiring people who have figured out how to hack life and just invest in yourself. Like, it's so important, man. We spend time on our bodies. We spend time on everyone else. We spend time having fun, maybe too much time. How much are you investing on your mind? How much are you investing on your thought process? How much are you investing on your routines, rituals, habits, tools, techniques on a daily basis? And if you're not, then why? And if you're not doing something you love, why? So I hope you all have an inspiring rest of your week. I'll be documenting a lot more of these things. I've got a whole bunch of to-dos. We're going to be getting all sorts of feedback from you guys around a business idea that I have that basically in 8 weeks, we take it from idea to fruition. So it's going to be super intense, but I'm super excited about it. Something I've been putting off for a very long time, and it feels fucking great. So if your wants and your why is bigger than the obstacles you face, you will likely accomplish your goal. And if you tie it to an emotion, you'll definitely will. And if your goal becomes your lifestyle, and if you create your life and create your reality around that, it'll become a lot easier. And the process doesn't become a burden, it becomes a lifestyle choice. And that lifestyle can be fun. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you all took a little bit of value from this. Johnny, welcome. Game on, Brother Bean. And I wish you guys a kick-ass Wednesday. Please feel free to give me feedback. This is super weird. I feel like a bit of an awkward turtle, but we'll get there. And yeah, that's my board. I'm going to tell you guys this next video is about connecting the dots and something I learned during an ayahuasca ceremony. Drunk at the Radisson in Cairo. Living large, J-Dog, living large. I look forward to stories when you get back. Enjoy the traveling, take lots of photos, and make sure you don't lose Kate to some Talibani kidnapper. Cool, guys. Have a good, enjoy the soccer. I hope to God England don't win. We'll never stop hearing about it for 4 years. Peace.